navigating us being together. You know what I'm saying? You know, you do together and separate at the same time because you joined to him, right? And he can just play you against each other whenever he damn feels like it. Could you imagine how all of them is feeling, you know, when they all know that they got to stand and they all looking at each other? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
it should feel like a bunch of you're right. It should feel like a bunch of goddamn cowards is what they should feel like.
Right.
And you know what they should do, which I know they're not. And this is the most minute thing. This is a small fucking sacrifice compared to what these warriors in this ISUPK is doing. But what them goddamn cowards should do is take a knee any goddamn way. That's what they should do. Right. Every nigga on each team, the whole season long, all of them take knees every time.
Right.
God damn the white man what he's talking about.
Right.
Stand for something or fall for anything.
Right.
Also, it's like that. Use the nigga too much.
Counter.
Keep that general Muhammad and all that. Don't use that.
I'm saying like them brothers, man, they should goddamn what the white man talking about. They should take knees anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like you think, look, it's the reason why a brother like me ain't in the NFL. I'll be taking a knee at post-conference interviews. Every time a camera on me, you know what I'm gonna do? Take a knee.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to show my defiance and my unity with my brothers.
And you know
that's the least they can do.
Right.
You know, Lord forbid they actually pay some ties.
Right. And you know what? And they should take that knee strong with pride so that people see that. You know what I'm saying? Look at the impact that would actually have, you know what I'm saying, and how many people would start to snap out of the daze. Right. You know what I'm saying, if they did that. You see what I'm saying? You know, I'm not saying it'll have this huge catastrophic effect, but I mean, hell, it will be, you know, leading somewhere in the right direction. You see what I'm saying? But you know what? The thing that they all have in common is they don't want to lose those luxuries.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Those luxuries, go ahead.
The thing that they all have in common is that they're weak up under the white man. And like the kind of class, the white man uses weak black man to build his kingdom.
Right. So now they all standing and they're going to continue to make his kingdom rich.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look how much trouble just one man started. Colin Kaepernick, look how much trouble that one man started in all sports.
The Nat Turner in the NFL.
Right. He shook the whole, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't go far.
Yeah, you know, I'm just joking. I say that because, you know, the next year they like, you niggas better stand. They like, you know what I'm saying? They basically putting they independence to death in the NFL.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There is no more freedom, none of that in the NFL. Now you have to do it.
Yeah, you have to. You have to stand now. There's no, you know what I'm saying. There's no, you know, they don't respect your right not to. You don't have any rights.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's further proof that you don't have no rights in this land. You have the illusion of rights in order to keep you as a good slave. But as soon as you start to trouble the waters on that, you'll start to see that you have no rights.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The illusion will be gone, and they'll show you how they really feel about you for real.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying? All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into some scripture right quick. We'll go to Matthew chapter 12 and verse 26. White man's the devil, and the Bible speaks. So let's not forget that, you know. We keep that, you know, we love to say that at least once in every class.
Yeah, right.
This is his kingdom. You see what I'm saying? And in his kingdom, you got to be solid on where you're going to stand, because this kingdom, you know, your woman, black women will have you thinking that this kingdom is built on the strong black man, a strong, educated black man, a strong black man that does this, that does that, you know. That's full of garbage right there, because she wants you to be a good slave, because the white man is where her power comes from.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? She's not supposed to be an authority. That's why she wants to be your queen instead of your wife. You see what I'm saying? She wants to be your queen. You can't correct the queen. She's in rulership, right? You see what I'm saying? She wants to be your queen to take away all ability of correction from you.
Matthew 3, no, sir?
No, Matthew 12 and 26.
That's a lot. Just to elaborate on what you were saying real quick, sir, like about the black woman, like that's a heavy point. That's why you see people like Serena Williams marrying white devils.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't want to call her sister a whore, but it is what it is.
It
is what it is. She done been through how many black men? How many she done messed with rappers, actors, athletes, all black, and didn't think about marrying none of them. But the second she gets her a white devil, her first white devil she ever dealt with, she marries him.
Right. She wants to lock it down, yeah.
And you know what he gonna do.
That's what she wanted all along anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She couldn't stand with no black man in authority.
And then the white man that she got, he's not famous. He's not in the movies.
Poor compared to her.
Right.
That's poor white trash
He's
compared to her.
You see what I'm saying? But she viewed him as being better than these were so-called successful black men.
Right.
And I heard some sisters say something like, well, black men was just, no black men was looking that way. That's a damn lie. They love to make excuses for whores.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
And, that's one of the things, one of the ways you can tell what they are. They love they defend what they are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'll sit there and say, well, and then, well, black men with this, black men with that. For one thing, white men don't like muscular black women with big asses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They really don't like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why was he with her? Because they love to say, oh, it was for love. It was for love.
That's right. He with her because he gonna Kevin Fetterman on her ass.
Yeah. He's gonna be the inheritor of everything that she has. That's why he's with her.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? And all of this stuff, we always have to think too, who is the enemy there? Because I'll tell you what happens a lot of the time. This is what happens with a lot of them sisters, celebrities, when they hot or whatever.
Right.
They'll sit there and have them a white man, but when they start to lose everything, right? And then they're no longer relevant, they'll get back with a black man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And have him raising the white man's seed. Go ahead.
It's lucky. I was just about to say that, sir. And the black man being so goddamn weak up under the black woman, he gets with her and doesn't think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? Going behind that filthy net. Like, I would never be with a sister if she's been with a white man.
Right.
I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
Yeah, that's like bestiality.
Right.
Hell, we know the white man's an animal, right?
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you might as well, just knock off the woman that's knocking off the dog.
Damn right.
Why not? You know what I'm saying? If her ex is a German Shepherd, then hell, you shouldn't see no problem with that either. Then.
Damn right.
Damn
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn right, sir.
And she got the white man's seed up in her, you know what I'm saying? And then got you raising it. And this, you know what? This ain't no recent type of thing. This is something that's been going on since slavery.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Since when we was separated from white people after slavery and we had our own, sisters were still going into the city and sleeping with white men.
Right.
And she would have a black man at home, a so-called successful black man at home. You see what I'm saying? But while he's working, she would go and play Sex in the City. And that's where that whole ghetto gaggers concept come from, boy.
I was going to say, so lucky, sir, if I would. Even on down to modern time, you know what I'm saying? Like women prostitutes. Like they take pride in sleeping with white men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they go out here looking for a white man, you know what I'm saying? To have sex with.
Right.
Like it's crazy.
Just like on that Iceberg Slim documentary, he mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? Because he got a rundown of the history of the pimp game. Right? And he said that the dude told him that before niggas was really started pimping like that, said the black women was going, into the cities and sleeping with white men, freaking with white men for free. You know what I'm saying? And then the genius, pimp niggas, whose mind was about making money, decided to go ahead and put her, in the game and put her out on the track and start getting money from those white men. So first, she was doing it all for free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And these were women that had men, that had husbands and all that. That's one of the reasons why, a whole lot of, brothers had kids that was mixed. You know what I'm saying? Right. He's black as hell, she's black as hell, but the kid come out looking white. You know what I'm saying? You know, but he stayed with her and still raised it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And the kid called him daddy and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? The reason why, and here's the thing too. The reason, guess who she blames in all of that?
She blames the black man.
Right. For her relationship not working out with white men, because in reality, they believe that the only thing that stops them from totally being accepted with white society is the presence of us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Is the presence of us. And guess who agrees with her? Weak black men. You see what I'm saying? Christian black men. Because they both believe they're really like, what was it, Darwinists for real. A lot of them are really Darwinists for real. They believe to get rid for the successful, for the world to be successful or whatever the case is, and for blacks to be successful, really they want to blend out and melt away. Right. You know what I'm saying? They believe that the majority of us, especially black men, gotta be gone. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds about right.
They believe that.
That sounds very Christian to me,
you see what I'm saying? Yes, they believe that. Now you're understanding why you got a lot of brothers got so many problems with your woman.
Right.
Who also is in the Christian church listening to that Christian pastor. Both of them in agreement that you should be gone.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And you laying with this thing every night. You see what I'm saying? Right. And she's out there for your damn demise because she wants your enemy to stay on top because her little perception of power, her little power that she gets, it comes from him.
Right.
If you ruling, that's gone.
Right.
So now you know she don't want you in rulership, go ahead.
That's lucky. What you're saying is such a heavy point, man. Like the black woman will sacrifice this nation just to rule over the black man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's been proven. I forget the officer's name, but he brought up that demon out of that Christian woman when he was talking about how the Christian church is molesting kids, and the woman was like, so what? So what? And what she really meant to say is, so what? Long as I can continue to rule over black men. Right. Long as I can continue to oppress the black man.
And you know what? She was probably molesting kids herself. Yeah, I ain't gonna say she was molested by them, she probably was, but she probably molested kids too. And that's what things a lot of people don't, that's a situation a lot of people don't like to say nothing about. You know what I'm saying? Black women are molesters also.
Oh man, that's taboo right there.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, they are. And it is very common in the black community also. Yeah. Very, very common.
You about to get a lot of social hate for that one,
sir. Yeah, we're going to be rocking glasses on that stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Believe that. We're going to be mentioning these things. Right? Go ahead.
That's lucky. And what you're saying is a heavy point. And y'all don't get it because y'all caught up in the white man's world. But like you got people like Chris Brown and a couple of them pretty motherfuckers that talk about they lost their virginity at 11 years old.
Right. And
that's not losing your virginity.
Right.
That's being molested.
Right, right. A lot of black men have lost their virginity at very young ages.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Very young ages. Some very young.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then, guess who it was by?
Black woman.
Yeah, that's why when you have these super sexual, freaky dudes. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. They was turned out by an older woman. You know what I'm saying? When he was 5, she was 15.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or when he was 11, she was 20 something.
Right.
Because women know that they don't have no power over men. So what they try and do is get the little weaker men and get power over him. And that's the little dude that she shoves between her legs that makes him eat her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Like there was a movie about that, sir. Antoine Fisher.
Right. And nobody caught on to that. You know what I'm saying? They just look at it was a good movie and they just pretty much sweep that shit under the rug. Right. You know what I'm saying? That was good. Yeah, good. I'm glad you brought that movie up. Yeah, exactly.
And you see that, brother, all through the movie, it fucked him up. So
right.
It fucked him up in the head.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, even as a kid, he was trying to get away from that.
Right.
He knew there was something wrong about that situation.
And see, what it did with him was, because it could do to people two ways. It make you super freaky dude, or it make you the type dude that don't want really any sexual contact like that, for real. Makes you damn near asexual. And that's what happened to him. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just like you got a woman that was raped. It's the same damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, either she gonna go off and be this freaky or she gonna be this, you know, this hateful, angry, damn near asexual type.
Shut down.
You see what I'm saying? Right. Exactly. And any person that, you know, come close to her mind's gonna click to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And either she gonna become super freaky or she's gonna become super angry and be ready to damn kill somebody or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like you had a serial killer, a woman that was a serial killer that was a prostitute. And her thing was, you know what I'm saying? She was horrible looking. It was an Edomite woman. She looked damn horrible. I don't even see why anybody was even picking her up.
They made a movie about that too, so I can't remember the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Right.
She was chopping boys up, you know what I'm saying? Mutilating boys.
Right.
They was finding them over off the highway and the little bushes and shit. And she traveled the country to kill motherfuckers.
Right. And you know what? And another thing that it does, that's what produces a lot of pimps.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That produces a lot of pimps right there. Because they grow up and then they hate the women. You see what I'm saying? And then just decide to like with the iceberg slim said, a pimp ain't nothing but a hole that wised up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's get with the scripture though.
Come. Matthew 12:26. And if Satan cast out Satan.
Wait a minute, say that. Say what? Say that again.
And if Satan cast out Satan.
Said, if Satan cast out Satan. Well, what does it say before that? You don't go up one and see what it says.
Come. Verse 25. And Jesus knew there throughout and said unto them early. And Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
Yeah. Satan has a kingdom, and that's America, right? So if you know, this dude, you know, he's this Temptation guy, you know what I'm saying? He was with that kingdom, he's with their kingdom, right?
Right.
You know, and he's going against it, and then they getting rid of it. You see what I'm saying? You know, so when it said, because if it divides against itself, it will not stand. Does the white man's kingdom stand? Right, it stands, right? Because he gets rid of whatever it is that goes against it, especially if something starts on his side. You see what I'm saying? And change it, and not change to the other side, but wants to, you know, have a moment of being on his own side. Go ahead.
That's what you said about what we just talked about with the white devil prostitute.
Right.
My sister said the name of the movie was called Monster.
Mm.
That's a perfect name.
Right. And it was based on a true
name.
Yeah, based on a true story. Right.
Tawater for that.
Yeah, Tawater, sis, whatever the sister's name is, go ahead and we'll give her a shout out.
Her name is Crystal. What's that name to you? Right here.
Crystal the Neck. Shout out to you.
The Neck.
Tawater, sis.
Didn't get your last name, sis. Tawater for that, sis.
Okay. Now, let's read on.
26. 25th day to 25. Every city or home divided against every city or home divided against itself shall not stand. Verse 26. And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself.
Yeah. And Satan ain't trying to be divided against himself. The white man, he ain't divided against himself.
Damn right.
You know, his kingdom is set in an order, and anybody that's was on his team that wants to do anything to, you know, blitz his little system in his kingdom, he's ready to take it out.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, if you're gonna stand on the side of righteousness, I mean, it's better for you to not, you know, it's better for you not even stand at all than to just stand and just fold, like, you know what I'm saying? Just report the whole world like that, just fold straight up, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just because, you know, you're scared they're gonna cut your money off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People like Michael Jordan, he know he don't want his money cut off, so, you know, he knows which side he stands on, and he ain't gonna say a damn thing concerning black people, boy.
So lucky, sir, from Wood. Speaking on that, cool ass nigga right there. Like there's a picture circling around the internet with him and his new dog, right? You know, he got a white devil dog, right? And he walking carrying bags, but that nigga ain't wearing Jordans.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And you know what he invests in? It ain't schools, it ain't anything black owned and operated. It's prisons.
Prisons. Exactly.
That's what he. So while you killing yourselves, selling dope, spending every last penny, making sure your kids got on the latest Jordans and all that, you know what he's doing to thank you? To make sure that your kid got a nice, cold ass bologna sandwich and juice in the bag when he get to prison.
Right.
That's what he making
exactly. Sure. He's making sure that he's accommodating your son while your son gets 100 years.
He knows who he's playing for.
Exactly. He knows what side he's playing for. You probably ain't gonna never hear nothing, him saying that on the side of black people. But well, wait a minute. But let me kind of rethink that. Because see, you know, your bloodline, right? And you're a descendant of the prophets. Even when people are solidly on that side, sometimes they mess up. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby being an example. Bill Cosby messed up. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby's on the side of white people, but all it takes is one screw up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can sit there and say all the evil things against black people all you want. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be praised for it. Right? But as soon as you have that, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you have that moment, because see, here's what coons do. When something hits them personally, then they get angry. They want to be pro-black for a second.
Right.
And that pro-blackness for a second be the beginning of their goddamn demise.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So don't sweat it when you know, don't sweat it too much when rappers and all these entertainers are sellouts and coons. Always think about what I just said now, right? When you see them cooning and buffooning on the television talking bad about black people, just know this one thing. They're going to mess up.
So when they pull it on, sir.
Right. When it hits them directly, right? When the racism hits them directly, that's when they'll say something, right? Like they've been down with black people, you know what I'm saying? And that's when the white man will get their behinds, right there.
And so lucky enough, I would on the scripture right here. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Matthew 12:26. Like one thing that we can say about the white man, it don't matter what's going on in the white man's world or the white man's kingdom. The white man ain't gonna turn against the other white man for a nigga.
Right.
He's just not gonna do that.
Right.
That's why I'll give you a prime example. The NFL.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the white man that was outside in the world was saying we want these niggas to stand. And guess what the white man that owns the NFL did? Made them niggas stand.
Right. And let me bring it even down on a street level for you. You know, something that you can see every day, right? You got black women with white men, right?
Right.
All right. How many white men have you ever seen in your life fight another white man over a black woman?
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
That would be like -20, sir.
Right. You don't see that.
That's how that math adds up, sir.
How many white men have you seen kill another white man over a black woman?
Oh man, that math would add up to like -100. Sir.
Yeah, you don't see that, right?
Damn right.
Because he loves his race. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though he hates dudes and figure out he's just a fucking asshole.
Right.
Go ahead.
And he loves his race so much, instead of killing another white man, he will share that black woman. Hey, come on, buddy, we're gonna do swinging. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's gonna turn that black woman out. Pimp her straight out.
Exactly, because he really doesn't really look at her as a real woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's not really a wife. She's just like in slavery, when the white man would have a black woman that he was just, you can't even call her a concubine. It's just something that he was just, you know, being nasty with. And he was a low-level white man on top of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, or even if he was a higher-up white man and he had some mulatto, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He would take his white wife would have a diamond ring, but that black woman would have a mop string tied around her finger as a ring. And she was so proud of that mop string. You know what I'm saying? Serious. This is real stuff. This is real stuff right here.
I know it is, sir.
You know what I'm saying? She would have, he would tie a mop string around her finger while she's trying to get that black man to take her to sales.
Right.
And work double every damn day to get her a diamond ring. She was satisfied with a mop string coming from him. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that something that costs absolutely nothing? You see what I'm saying? All right. All right, now let's go back.
That will come.
Yeah.
Matthew 12:26. If Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
His kingdom stands. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Like what the officer will break it out. They don't go against each other like that.
Right.
They go against us. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And Salaki, if I would, sir, even when you think they're going against each other, when you see Republicans and Democrats, when you see the all-right group marching, and you see the white people fighting against them and all of that, that's just a ploy. That's just to psych you out.
Right.
To get you to coon and buffoon the way that you do.
Right. Do you ever notice that at every major event in the city where white people gather to, it's Democrats and Republicans together.
Right.
And when you come on the scene, they grabbing their purses.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Locking their car doors, right?
Right.
Democrats and Republicans both thinking the same thought on the same team. You see what I'm saying? They play this, this stuff. They play it like they against each other. They're not against each other. They just want you to keep participating. That's all the Democrat and Republican stuff is about. Because if they only had one party system, the people would want to rebel against that.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? So now they give you a two-party system, and so now your mind is more geared towards picking one, the lesser of the two evils. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. It's just a mind game. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, my language on this is mind fucking you. You know what I'm saying? Make you think that you're doing something special. It's all the same slavery. It's the same way as if you're thinking that McDonald's and Hardee's and Wendy's and White Castles and whatever you go to eat at is competing against each other.
No.
At the end of the day, the money goes in the who pockets?
Right, the white man. And then that's one of the reasons also why you have big corporations just gobbling up, like for instance, you have companies like Yum Brands that, owning Taco Bell and KFC, stuff like that. They run around making, chicken and tacos on the same block. You said that thing, like you hurting the other one by going and giving your business to the one because you like tacos. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those people like chicken. You know what I'm saying? But they're together.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? They playing it, like they against one another, but they're all in it together. Let me give you an example. Like, say for instance, when you have some type of, celebrity that's endorsed and everything, some athlete or whatever that's endorsed by other companies, right? He can have 5 different endorsements of 5 companies that you think don't have nothing to do with each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Sprite and John Deere. What the hell they got in common? He wants to sell tractors, wants to sell pop, you know what I'm saying? But say if he's endorsed by, John Deere and he's endorsed by Sprite, he lose one endorsement, he lose all of them. They all move in unison.
Yeah, right.
All of them snatch the endorsements away from whoever that man is.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying? So what does that tell you? They're all playing on the same team. There's not even an argument, right? Yeah, now think about it. Now, there's not, could you imagine, okay, now say Sprite and John Deere, was, they dude get pinned up on rape charges or something like that. And the dude at Sprite said, no, we pulling away from him. And John Deere said, I ain't pulling away from this nigga. I mean, he's profitable for us.
So we're going to wait till we have this day in court.
Right. They're not going to do that.
Right.
They're going to all pull away.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? All in unison.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Satan always rides with Satan.
Right.
One period.
So his house is not divided. Our house is divided.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead. What was you ready to say?
I was going to say, prime example, look at Donald Trump. You get what I'm saying? How do you think a devil like that got in the White House?
Right.
How do you think a devil like that got in the White House? Listen, I thought America wasn't racist before Donald Trump. Right. Obama, man, you know what I'm saying? We had this change of such powerful, you know what I'm saying? He was shitting apple pie, talking like Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying? Just such powerful. And then what happened? You know what I'm saying? Listen, he ran his campaign saying, make America great again. The only way to make America great again is for white people to leave. You get what I'm saying? What he was really saying was make America white again, which means enslave everybody. What is he doing with our brothers right now? He got them in concentration camps.
Right.
Who do you think is next?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The devil, how did he get in there? Because the devils put him in there. The devil moved in unison. They are not divided. They are not divided at all. They might act like they're divided, but you done heard the things about Hillary Clinton and how she operates, Bill Clinton and how he operates. They are all out to destroy their enemies, who is us.
Right, exactly. And see, what people don't understand is even when the white man is warring against even another nation, a non-white nation, right?
Right.
His enemy and that other enemy still have one enemy in common, and that's us.
Damn right.
That's the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
Damn right.
We are the common enemy, and we need to go through life knowing this. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, being against white people, but then thinking we got to ally the damn Arabs. That ain't happening, you know what I'm saying? Or being, against the Arabs and thinking we got to ally the white people. You know what I'm saying? Hell no, we ain't got no damn ally with either one of them.
Damn right.
If you want to ally with some goddamn body, you need to ally with another black man that, that's trying to, that's trying to wake up and come into the truth.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you should be. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
exactly. Align with the 12 tribes. And hell, even when aligning with the 12 tribes, you got to be in order with that. You got to first align yourself with the ISUPK.
That's right.
You're going to be running around just, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be so depressed, you know what I'm saying, behind trying to ally with brothers that heart still with the white man and everything. And you just going to do like what a lot of people do and just give up hope. You know what I'm saying? And come with because the system is too strong for you to fight it without you actually being where you're supposed to be at, without you being positioned right. You see what I'm saying? So all that dolo bullshit, you got to stop that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't be with no weak ass Israelite group either.
Yeah, right. So lucky, and if I would, sir, Jakes in the world, if you ain't in the ISUPK, man, I don't know what the hell you doing with your life. I really don't. You just waiting to be murdered at this point by your enemy.
Right.
Because just look around. These cops is not playing out here. These devils is not playing. They are out to kill you. Listen, come up out that Christian church. This God loves everybody and serving white Jesus. That has to stop right here and now.
Right.
We are out here dying. You feel me? And everybody wants you to love the other nations, but don't give a damn about loving our nation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We need to start loving us right now. You know what I'm saying? Like this is straight out the scripture. Satan ain't going nowhere. Satan is always going to align with Satan.
Right.
These devils is always going to align with each other. You need to align with your people.
And I know a lot of people sitting there online right now saying, I don't even have to look at the comments. I know somebody out there saying, well, how can you just say that the white man is Satan? Because I know a lot of people that, black people that they like Satan too. I mean, it's all racist and all of that. They something like that. Give me Matthew chapter 4 and verse 9. We're going to prove something right quick.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
That the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of.
Damn right.
Matthew 4:9, sir.
Right.
Matthew 4:9. And I saith unto him all these things.
Wait a minute. Matter of fact, take it over verse. Take it over.
Come. Matthew 4:8. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain.
Now, I said again, the devil took Christ up to an exceeding high mountain. What does high mountain represent? It means the top of a government. You know what I'm saying? Because every government, you know what I'm saying, is a mountain. That's why you have Mount Steer. You know what I'm saying? Which is the representation of the government of the white man. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That's why they got their faces on the goddamn mountain.
Right. The mountains of Moab. You know what I'm saying? Would be, China, Korea, you know what I'm saying? These high up governments, and all of them have a very high seat on the global, scale right now, which they're in the top 10 world powers, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, go ahead.
Okay. Again, the devil take him up into an exceeding high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world.
Showed him all the kingdoms of the world, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
And the glory of them.
And the glory of them, right? Showed him all the kingdoms of the world and all the glory. Who was the world at this time, right? Right. That don't mean that, that he was able to show Christ from that mountain the whole earth. You know what I'm saying? Who was the world at this time?
That would be the Romans, wouldn't it?
Right. The world of Rome. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And he said that he would do what? Go ahead.
And he said unto him, all these things will I give thee.
Wait a minute. He said, well, who give thee?
I give thee.
In order for you to give something, it has to be yours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to have it. Go ahead.
If thou wilt fall down and worship me.
He said that, did he have the power to do so? Yeah, he did.
Right.
But Christ didn't fall down and worship him. So who did he give the world to?
He gave it to the devils.
Right, he gave it to Esau. You see what I'm saying? Which the Esau already had, because those are his children. They were in power, they were the ones ruling at the time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So now when you go down to the government bodies, to the smaller groups of the extremely powerful Greco-Roman society, right? The Congress and all of that, who sets in power over their Congress?
The heathen, sir.
No. Who we read about right now?
Esau, sir.
No. When Satan took him up to the exceeding high mountain.
The Rome, sir.
Yeah, you're right. But Satan gave it to them because they're his children. You see what I'm saying? They are the walking representations of him.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Those are his, just like the Most High has his chosen people, right?
Right.
Satan has his chosen people.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's the white man.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? So this is why we say the white man is Satan. This is why we say that. You see what I'm saying? Just like when he said, "Ye are of your father the devil," did it say the devil or Satan took him up the exceeding high mountain? Deal with that part of it.
That was 4 and 9, sir. 4 and 8. Yeah, I think it was 4 and 8.
Yes. No. Yeah.
4 and 8. It says the devil
took him up to the exceeding high mountain, right?
Right.
And showed him all the glory of the kingdom. You'll be deceiver, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
But the spiritual representation, you know what I'm saying, is Satan, but the white man is his children. You know what I'm saying? That's his who he deals with, who he deals through.
Right.
So when it comes to the smaller groups that are extremely powerful and everything, who they getting all their instruction from? They get it right from behind the red door.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? All right. Now, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 25 and verse 22.
In the James, sir?
We're going to Apocalypse.
Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes what, sir?
25 and 22.
Okay. Ecclesiasticus 25 and 22. A woman, if she maintaineth her husband.
A woman, if she maintains her husband, what is this maintaining, bro? Because I done heard, fake Israelite group say, no, if she's working and he ain't working, and he's she's paying the bill and she's this or that, right? He said, that's maintaining. Right. They had a real silly definition for that.
A woman, if she maintains her husband, is full of anger.
That maintaining has to do with her ruling him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She could be the one in the house and he could be out there making all the damn money. She will still be maintaining him because she's ruling over him. You see what I'm saying? You know, she's the one that's calling the damn shots.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Impudence and much reproach.
Impudence and much reproach. What is this reproach? Because everybody knows that she's ruling you and that stuff sprinkles out until everybody, right? And now they looking at you sideways and they really ain't trying to deal with you like that because of your wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your friends and everything, they don't even want to come around. You see what I'm saying? That's reproach. And she likes it that way because she don't want you to have any friends. Because, you know, she controls everything. And your friends, you just might listen to them on certain things and actually learn something that is actually right.
I mean, this scripture right here is a straight Christian. This is a Christian woman if I ever heard it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when Christian women get mad when you're kicking it with the fellas. You know what I'm saying? We about to go to the bar and watch the game. But you don't need to go out. We don't need to do this. Argue you down into the ground where you tell your friends, how like we still going out. You're like, man, hell no, man. I'm just gonna chill, man. You know what I'm saying? And grown ass man who can't have no company.
Right.
What kind of shit
you know what? And you got a controlling ass woman. It's not gonna matter whether you're working or you're not working or you get disability, whatever the hell the damn case is. It's not gonna matter. She's gonna be the same woman regardless of what you're doing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Right. Proof of that is Serena Williams. You get what I'm saying? She got with them black men and she was full of anger.
Right, exactly. And these men were well paid.
Right. So it didn't matter
they
had
just
money.
like her.
They had more money than her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But being that they were black men, she was full of anger.
She wanted control.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Didn't know how to submit to that black man.
And then at the same time, too, once she got that independent spirit, now she shook her father even, which he had no control of her either.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So now, being the fact that she turned on her own father just because white people paid attention to her, and this is the thing, too. A lot of the sisters will turn on you as soon as white people pay them some goddamn attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't see celebrity black women that's married to their high school, the dude that they was with in high school and all that, right?
Right.
If they become successful, that black man is getting shook, and either they're going to get a white man or they're going to be single.
Right.
Especially a big black woman, and it's always been like that. She's going to be single. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want that black man, you know, telling her what to do. You know what I'm saying? There's exceptions to the game like Monique. You know what I'm saying? Her man was her manager. She stayed with her man. You know what I'm saying? And had her man managing her affairs, and her man, if her man told her, no, you're not going to do this show right here. She didn't do it.
Right.
And what did the white people do? They turned on her. You know what I'm saying?
What I was just about to
right.
say. So lucky if it was, sir. When she, like that's a heavy point that you just broke out. Because I didn't even know, like from the outside looking in, you would look at her and think that, you know what I'm saying, she's a white man lover, but that's a down ass sister right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She stayed with her high school, her high school love, got her man managing her. He was telling her the do's and the don't do's. We gonna do this. We ain't gonna do that. And she never once went against anything that he said, and to the point that the white man didn't know how to deal with that. So what did he do? He got rid of her. Right.
He didn't know how to deal with it because that ain't the beast that he created.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So lucky. And they do that with anything that stands on its own or represents for its people. You understand that?
Like, anything that's black.
So lucky. Anything that, so lucky. So you're absolutely right. Let me clear that up. Anything that's black and represent for its people, he's going to get rid of it. I give you another prime example, not to get too far off subject. Cat Williams. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want about Cat Williams. He got up there and he let you know what Hollywood was. He was letting you know that the white man was the devil. He didn't say it, but he was telling you how they snorting powder, how they whole culture is homosexuality. And he was saying some things that the white man didn't like. And when he was just saying, niggas, we need to come together. That was one thing that he always would say at the end of the show.
Right.
How we need to come together.
Right.
They got rid of him quicker than I don't know what and replaced even though it was a little nigga that replaced him because he was an alpha. Even though he was little, he was an alpha. Right. But they gave you soft ass Kevin Hart.
Right. And they thought, they thought that they was gonna be able to control Cat Williams because Cat Williams has that whole pimping, you know, the perm and the and kind of, you know, like boys it seemed kind of feminine. You know, they found out otherwise. Yeah, they thought, oh hell no, this nigga, he got some realness to him. This nigga got some strength. Because America, the white man's kingdom is built on weak black men. Right. As the title goes in this class.
Damn right. Every point out.
He showed that he was strong in that area, and they turned to destroy him. But at the same time, too, Cat Williams 89 SUBK.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
He ain't coming to the ISUBK. He's not in the brotherhood, right? Right. He don't even have no goddamn body to vent to. Right. Because everybody in Hollywood have turned against his ass. You know what I'm saying? All the black people, he can't join, you can't, you know, go up and, you know, all of them handling him like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? They're like, nigga, I don't want to be associated with you.
Yeah, you bad for the bread right now.
Right. So that's a lonely damn place to be in. Right. You know what I'm saying? But see, here's how to get you. That hope that you'll be able to get back on the saddle. Right. You know what I'm saying? That hope that you'll be able to, and you know, just like all of this stuff with Mike Tyson at one point, he was a real nigga too. They ended up getting him. Right. David Chappelle, they got him. Right. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Hart, you know, said that I'm not going to wear a dress because I'm a brand. Next thing you know, his ass in a purple dress. Right. On the whitest show there is. So Saturday Night Live, the whitest show there is. Right. So all of white America can see him being defeminized. Right. So what does that show everybody? Well, just control them niggas with money. Right. You know what I'm saying? Control them with money. Right to cut the bread off. Them niggas is, you know, go ahead.
So like the name of this goddamn class. Building that kingdom off a weak black man.
Right.
Goddamn shame. This is the demons that we fight in the UTK.
Right.
You understand? This is why the only righteous leadership you're going to find is the ISUPK under Commandant General Yohana. Point blank period. Ain't nobody else got this truth. Don't nobody else see this truth. Right. You understand? Only Commandant General Yohana and the ISUPK.
Damn right. You know what I'm saying? The white man is the devil that the Bible
speaks. That's right.
And his kingdom is built on weak black men.
That's right.
And you know, one thing to understand, you know what I'm saying? You better diligently control your own woman. Yeah, right. Because her heart you'll be bent towards him also, and you need to understand that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's go to is that all? That's all Ecclesiastes, right?
Oh, sir.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
22, 23 or 22?
Yeah, go ahead, keep going.
Ecclesiastes.
24 on that.
Ecclesiastes 25, 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudent, and much reproach.
Right.
23. A wicked woman abateth the courage.
A wicked woman abateth the courage. Go ahead.
Maketh an heavy countenance and a wounded heart.
And a heavy countenance and a wounded heart, because oh man, you know what I'm saying? Now you gotta, because one way she do it, she's always arguing with you, and she knows in her mind that she wants you to be weak because that's what the white man wants. Right. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff is to weaken you, to take your confidence away from you, right? Let me give you an example. Black woman is a queen, right? She's a queen regardless of what she do. But as soon as you say, well, I'm a king, well, how do you think you a king and you can't even land a decent job? The first thing she's doing, and what she's doing? She's attacking your confidence.
Tearing you down.
You see what I'm saying? She's attacking your confidence because you're the one that's got to be confident.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You're the one that's got to be confident. Your confidence in that house is more important than anybody else in the house confidence.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? It's not her, because they always talk about black men turned down the black woman. We being so oppressed and we tore down and all of that. No, what it is, you just feeling emotional because the nigga corrected your ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You decided, he said, no, baby, don't worry. Don't worry that. Why? I don't see why I should have. And he stood on the square in that damn argument. Now you depressed and you sad. Right. You know why you really depressed and you sad for real? Let me tell you why. Because him inherently is stronger than you. You know what I'm saying? A man is stronger than a woman. Right? And when that man stands on his square, you feeling all depleted and all of that. Because he showed that he was stronger than you. For one thing, when the Lord was also on his side too, that's why you feeling the way that you feeling. Right. You know what I'm saying? You feeling drained and all of that. And you were the one in the wrong. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not supposed to come up against him. That's why you're feeling that way. Right. That you feeling that way is actually supposed to be a correction from you coming from the Most High. Since the Most High is with him in that. That's why you're feeling like that. But now, you know what? You want to leave the relationship eventually, right? You're so tired of being corrected, and then you want to join some woman's group, you know what I'm saying? Full of other women feminists that run around thinking that, they've been oppressed, when you the only one inside the house that actually had the ability to oppress somebody because the system's on your goddamn side, not his. And in every situation where you have an oppressed people, there's always state power on the side of the goddamn oppressor. That black man ain't got that, you got. Right. You see what I'm saying? The black man ain't got that oppressive power. All he can do at best is stand on his goddamn square. Right. You see what I'm saying? That's all he can do at best. You have the system on your side. Right. You see what I'm saying? And if the Lord is with him, a lot of the times the tactics of the system that you try and use will not work. You see what I'm saying? Now you want to leave the relationship. You're oppressed. Right. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Heavy point that you're breaking down on one real heavy point. And it's crazy because what you're saying is the absolute truth. And then, like you said, lead a relationship, join a women's group where nobody in there has any man. Right. So what is that going to lead to next? Right. You know what I'm saying? Now you're lesbian. Now you don't need a man for nothing. Right. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And once more, this is only with our nation. Right. You don't see this with any other nation. You don't see it with the Chinese. You don't see it with the Koreans. You don't see it with the Africans. You don't see it with the white devil. Right. You don't see it with no other nation but ours. Right. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And one of the reasons why a lot of these women ain't being corrected is because they know that if they leave that man, they can go and get another thirsty nigga right after him. Right. Like, go ahead. So, Lucky, what you're saying is a heavy point. All day on Facebook, y'all see it. These niggas is calling strippers queens. Right. They calling whores queens. Whole list. As you go all the way down, a whole list full of you know what I'm saying, thirsty dudes on there. Right. My queen, my goddess, such a queen, such a goddess. All thing she got to do is just take a butt pick and some panties. Right. And all of a sudden she's a queen. You know what? And she's so against multiple wives, right? But she don't even discern the fact that every dude on there that's calling her queen and goddess is calling 1,000 other women the same thing. Right. Because she's so dang on simple. You see what I'm saying? The kingdom is built on weak black men. That when you look and you see all the list of all of these are the dudes that's upholding this so-called queen, upholding this white man's empire. Right. You see what I'm saying? In other societies, they're strong because their women are in check. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? They can't, a Chinese woman can't go against her husband and get a whole slew of thirsty Chinese dudes. Right. That woman will be marked. I've seen it myself. I've seen it. I work with a bunch of Asians. You know what I'm saying? I've worked with a bunch of Asians before and seen it myself. Once they put a mark upon a certain woman or whatever, they all know what kind of woman that woman is, and they don't deal with her like that. Yeah, right. So if she's going against her husband in anything, right? Either she's going to be forced to reconcile with her husband, or she end up leaving that nation and pretty much being ostracized. Right. You know what I'm saying? And end up with somebody of another nation. That's one of the reasons why you see like white women, I mean not white women, but Chinese women that act just like a white woman, right?
to be with some white dude. You can, you know, if you was just to hear her and not see her, you wouldn't even know what you would swap it down. That was a white woman, but it's Chinese because she had pretty much been ostracized because she with another race.
Right. And what you're saying is a heavy point. I done witnessed it firsthand too. And when you ask that Chinese woman about, you know, about her people, what's she gonna tell you? Ah, man, me and my folks don't talk anymore.
Right.
They disown me, basically.
Well, I don't even speak Chinese.
Right.
I don't speak Vietnamese. You know, I don't speak any of it, and I don't. You know, and she don't even deal with them like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She done when it became part of white society. She, you know,
right.
But at the same time, she's still some inside her still miss them, but they really don't miss her.
Right.
You know, unless she become rich and she can donate some money to some Vietnamese cause.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Even then, they don't deal with it.
Yeah, even then, and she's gonna be spending the rest of her life, if she want to get back with it, spending the rest of her life trying to apologize for what she done.
Right.
And giving resources and all of that. Go ahead.
It's a lot here if I would. And like I said, man, what you bringing out is a heavy point out more. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll hear what they say, like they really be heartbroken, like you said, you know what I'm saying? And when they talk about their upbringing, they tell you how strict, you know what I'm saying? How strict their upbringing was and what they was allowed to do and what they wasn't allowed to do. And like you said, they get ostracized for the most minute things. It may not be a big deal to them, but in their culture, it's a real freaking big deal. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they ostracized. And she can't even go around other family members, not just her parents, none of the family, none of the Asian culture will accept her anymore.
Right. You got an Asian woman with a big mouth, you know what I'm saying? They gonna mark her, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, they know Dang Dang or whatever the hell her name is, you know, got a big mouth, you know what I'm saying? And they, you know, pretty much, you know, eyeball her like, you know, she ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And she could not sit there and run her mouth to her husband and then leave her husband and get with another Vietnamese dude. That's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And if it do, they'll ostracize both of them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And he don't want to be ostracized from his people because, I mean, you know, he ain't going to be able to, you know, start no nail salons or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And all that boils down to this class. Like that's a strong people right there. The males and them strong and them heathen nations are strong because they rule over their women the way they supposed to. And they do whatever it takes for the sake of their nation. Right. They're not calling their whores queens. They call them whores by what they are. Whores. Right. Exactly. Get these whores up out of here. That's why you don't see Korean strip clubs like that. Man, here in America, you know. Right. If you see this gonna be on their own homeland and it's gonna be in the backwoods, the farthest jungle, minefield around it. You get what I'm saying? Right. You don't see that here. You get what I'm saying? And they're not calling them queens and princesses and none of that. They don't celebrate boredom. Right. You get what I'm saying?
And we're the only race to do that.
The only race.
And that's why we so destroyed. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know. Any more on that though? Sure. A woman that will not comfort her husband in time of distress.
In distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
Making weak hands. This woman that will not cover. This is something to deal with right here too. This is even further proof that, you know what I'm saying, this country is built, you know what I'm saying, that the white man's empire is built on weak black men. And she, you know what I'm saying, he is produced, that independent spirit that he put off in her causes her to make sure that you are weak, because if you have a moment of weakness, right, she will capitalize on it.
Like a goddamn tiger or something.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But just like, say, for instance, when you with her, you gotta be the hardest nigga. She always wanted to, you know, she wants you to be the hardest dude, you know what I'm saying? You know, this and that, you know, you fall short in anything, she uses that against you to you try and usurp authority over you. But if she would be with another race, she'll never do that. Right. You see what I'm saying? She won't try that, but she'll only try it with us. Right. You see what I'm saying? Because she is his slave, you know what I'm saying? And she is just like him in that. He capitalizes on all our weaknesses. She will do the same thing.
Right.
Go ahead.
I'll give you a prime example. Father's Day. Father's Day just passed. Listen, let me ask you something. How many Korean women did you see on there disrespecting the fathers of their kids, whether they with them or not? How many Chinese women did you see on Facebook disrespecting the fathers of their kids? How many white women did you see? You know who you seen on there? The black woman disrespecting black man, calling them every name in the book. Just, it's just sad.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Feeding money to the white man's, go ahead, sir.
You're not going to get her approval.
Right.
You shouldn't be going for your woman's approval. You shouldn't be doing that. If you shooting for your woman's approval, you already fighting a losing battle.
That's
anyway.
right.
You've been lost.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why it says, read that part again.
Okay. There's a woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, making weak hands.
Yeah, if he's in distress and he's like, man, it's employment, such and such. She'll capitalize on that time. Maybe you better go out there and do something. And you know what? A lot of brothers be thinking that's positive motivation.
Right.
That's not positive motivation. She's belittling you now.
Right. So
you know what I'm saying? Go tell your boss that.
Right.
If the boss say, man, it's company, man, it's not doing, these numbers ain't coming out right. And he's distressed and stressed out. I want to see your black behind go up to him and to your white boss and say, look, you better shape it up.
Right.
You better shape it. Do it today. You do it to your husband, who you supposed to spend the rest of your life with, who you supposed to love and everything. Why not do that? Do that with your boss.
Right.
And watch him toss your black ass out that company.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That's lucky. Like what you was just saying is a heavy point. When you see a brother stressing, you know what I'm saying? Them bitches know the UPK slogan then. No excuses, no cowards. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They know it then.
You know what I'm saying?
They
know the slogan then.
Right.
And then here's the most disgusting part of it. I see brothers doing that over goddamn pagan holidays. Oh man, it's Christmas, man, and I just gotta figure out how to get these presents, my girl on my head.
Right.
Oh, it's her birthday, man. I just gotta figure out how to get this cake and these cookies.
You don't seek her approval. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't be seeking her approval. You judge matters. Shut her out.
Right.
Shut her damn voice out. You know what I'm saying? If you know she ain't talking right, shut her the hell out. You know what I'm saying? And then she shouldn't be, trying to tell you when to go into battle. Some dude said something to her. She done said that started something with him, and he said something back to her. Now she comes to to go get you to go fight him. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't even find out the situation. I gotta defend my queen and all that. Now you're gonna get yourself killed. The Lord ain't gonna be with you in that.
Right.
You should have been correcting her. You know what I'm saying? You should know who your wife is. You know what I'm saying? That she's accustomed to running her mouth because she run it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. That's a heavy point. That's what I was just about to say. You about to go try to defend somebody's honor who ain't got no goddamn honor to defend in the first place.
You taking war counsel with your woman. Come on, man. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You taking war counsel with your woman, man. Come on, Doc. You know what I'm saying? She done sat there and cussed dude out. He done said something, back to her. All of a sudden, now she like this, and, she coming to you. And he said, and you don't even know what the hell done even damn went on. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the Lord is not with you. And you know what? She wants you to go against it because they love for you to have a carnal battle with each other and with the white man.
Right. Because
they believe in the clearing out of you. She will be joined with white society if she helps them to get rid of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the ways of doing it. Go ahead.
So like what you're saying, once more, I don't want is a heavy point. And here's the key part, like you said, she cussing you out every day and stuff, and then she come to you on this type of I ain't say nothing to this, man. We know that's a goddamn lie.
Right.
But you try to defend the honor of a woman who's not honorable. Because if she was honorable, she wouldn't be arguing with no other man in the first place. She would have came straight to you the second that he said anything. She wouldn't even have replied to him. She just shook her head and came right to you.
Right.
And then you would have took it from there. That's honorable. That's worth defending.
Right.
But she didn't call this man, you know how black women moms are. She didn't call them hoe ass niggas, bitch ass niggas. So I like my language. But you know how black women are in the world. They got some of the most disrespectful mouths on the face of this planet when it comes to their black man. You get what I'm saying? And you trying to defend that. You about to put your life on the line for that.
Right.
Good luck.
Right.
That's all I
You
can
know what I'm
say.
saying?
Good luck.
And then at the same time, and she know, demons is up on her, know
Right.
that when it comes down to it, that you will be the one most likely to get the judgment in
Right.
that situation behind you not being able to correct her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you want to defend your woman, let me tell you where you start defending it at. Your first line of defense is always through instruction. It's not through you rise up as some dumb ape, you know what I'm saying, trying to go fight some dude, you know what I'm saying, over some, little silly stuff or whatever, right? Plenty of brothers get killed that way.
Right.
Plenty of brothers' lives get cut short behind her doing that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
I look at one scripture that through the woman come beginning of sin. I think it's in the same. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we go to 24.
Come.
Go ahead, give me that.
Of the woman came the beginning of sin.
Wait a minute, it said become the what?
Beginning of sin.
What was she doing? She's up there running her mouth to the serpent way.
Damn right.
You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? She's up there right alongside the serpent, you know what I'm saying? Running her mouth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like she go and believing that she can be a god.
Right.
So when your woman is running her mouth to another damn man, right?
Right.
What is she thinking? She's thinking she's a queen.
Right.
Which is also a god is what they really is. There ain't nothing but another name for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She thinking she's a queen, you know what I'm saying? And she has the right to run her mouth.
Right.
So just like Eve thought she had the right to be, to try and show the serpent what the Lord said. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And that mouth, and it got to start to get her in trouble also. Go ahead, give me some more on that scripture right now.
Come. Of the woman came the beginning of sin.
From the woman came the beginning of sin, and what else does that say right there?
And through her, we all died.
It said, and through her, we all died.
Right.
Now, cut on the news.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Cut on the news, and you see there was a murder in such and such a day, and the murder happened murder, right? And a lot of those murders, you'll find out that there was somebody, if it's not like drug related, sometimes even if it is drug related, you know what I'm saying? Right. Her mouth and her being out of order, she's sitting there screwing two dope dealers, right? Got one at the hotel, you know what I'm saying? And she just set him up, he's naked, she called dude them up, They come over, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, they got dude kidnapped, and he take him back to the stash, and they get all the stash, and then they figure, hold on, this nigga might ride down on us, and they blow his damn brains out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how stuff be happening through her what?
And through her, we all died.
Because we suffer whores. Suffer is a word that means allow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We allow whoredom. We praise whoredom. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
No functioning kingdom does that. Except for the white man, because he's the devil on the earth.
Right.
He can prosper in that. You know what I'm saying? He can prosper in that, right? Because he is the devil. Every other society will fall quicker by doing that. The white man's time will bring, because it's his time now. He can reign a while with doing that. Go ahead.
Right. And like this class title, only weak black men allow for this kind of things to transpire. I understand. Jumping into some unrighteous shit like that, selecting my language, doesn't make you a strong black man.
No.
It makes you weak.
Yeah, it makes you dumb. You know what I'm saying? You dumb, simple, and everybody know you simple and all that, and they know that that this woman is a hoe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody know it. And they know how quick you are to, there's another scripture that says an evil woman is a yoke yanked to and fro. However she feel, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be led around by her feelings. You know what I'm saying? She was wrong, this brother, but she can't see what she did wrong. And he said something back to her. Now her feelings is hurt. Now you ready to go fight. You ready to go to prison behind a heifer that's only going to screw you. Ain't even go. You kill him. You ain't even got classified in jail yet. She's already got another rod in her. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even got classified yet. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even got the damn jumpsuit on. She's already with some damn body else. You know what I'm saying? Okay, give me some, let's get some more on the scripture. Still got a lot of scripture to go on. Verse 24, is that the end of 24?
24.
Okay. Now let's go to Job 32, verse 8 and verse 8.
Job 22 and 8.
32.
Is it 32, sir?
Yes, 32, man.
White man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Damn right, that's right.
And if you ain't in the UPK, just understand you in the goddamn way.
Right. You know, as the scripture says, in the multitude of counselors there is safety. You see what I'm saying? You out there, you know, straying alone or whatever, you don't have the multitude of counselors. You see what I'm saying? You don't have a body of brothers that you can come and be like, what do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about that? And then y'all sit there and exchange ideas and all of that, and you get good counsel. You know what I'm saying? You hear all this, the counsel is good, and you start to act and move upon that. If you don't have that, you know what I'm saying? You're just pretty much susceptible to whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Right.
Job 32 and 8. But there was a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding.
Go ahead.
Great men are not always wise.
Great men are not always wise, right? Guess who takes advantage of that?
The white man.
Yes, the white man takes advantage of that, but who is his secondary that takes it?
The black woman.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a whole lot of sisters that want, a whole lot of women that want authority and all of that themselves, you know what I'm saying? Or they might be in a situation where, they officially can't get the authority. So they'll try and rule through a man that has authority that is weak. That's why it says here, great men are not always wise. Neither do the aged understand judgment, right? With this great men not always being wise, they want a man with power but stupid.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? A man with, money and power but dumb. So that they can rule through him. Right?
Right.
Prime example. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go into that situation and everything too. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 19.
First Kings?
Yeah. Yeah, 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 1.
Oh, God, sir. 1 Kings 19 and 1. And Ahab told Jezebel all that, what's this, Elijah?
All that Elijah.
And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, and withal how he had slain.
Let's take it slow. Take it slow, and let's start. Yeah, take it real slow to the point that I want to bring out right quick.
And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done.
What he gonna tell his wife for?
Pillow talking, sir.
Right. What he gonna go tell his wife? That's a sign of a weak dude, right there too. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, he went straight back to she is his strength in this. Ain't this something, right? He go, guess what Elijah did? You know what I'm saying? That is a sign of a weak dude right there. Go ahead, give me some more of that scripture.
And withal, how he had slain all the prophets with this sword.
All of that. Knowing how this evil heifer is. She's running the kingdom. You see what I'm saying? That's why he went back and reported to her. You know what I'm saying? He went back and reported to her like she was the king. You see what I'm saying? And he was the servant. Right?
Right.
Go ahead.
Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah.
Here's another thing too. It's not Israelite custom to have queens.
Right.
That's not Israelite custom at all. You see what I'm saying? That's heathen customs. Let them be messed up. You see what I'm saying? Let them be out of order and all of that. You see what I'm saying? We are supposed to be the nation that is in order to expose them as being out of order. Right? And if they have queens and all of that ruling and they operating in out of order and we're in order, now you understand why the nations of the world came to King Solomon with so many gifts to hear his wisdom, because all of his wisdom had the ability to set a people in order. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That alone, can you imagine how much money, revenue, and all of that, and resources that brought just on that concept alone?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He didn't go, King Solomon didn't even have to go and fight and take stuff, take sport. The wisdom that he got, people couldn't deny. They like, man, you know, this dude is so wise, man. They like, man, we need to come to this man with great gifts and see what the hell it is that, you know, that those Israelites are doing, you know, to why they seem to prosper so much.
Right.
They like, well, we can't battle, we can't go to war with them. Because the King Solomon had an army and a navy and all that, like you wouldn't believe. Nobody wanted to deal with that dude in battle. And plus, also, too, they played global games with each other. It's the thing that kings do. They play these global games just like we sat around and played Risk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They seen the King Solomon's wisdom. They like, man, imagine what this dude would be like in war. And that alone shook them with fear. You know what I'm saying? Because in these games, he would always win. You know what I'm saying? He would always have the answers and all of that, so they know, well, we can't attack him that way. You know what I'm saying? We can't attack him through warfare. But what we can do, we can give him a weapon. They found that hole. You see what I'm saying? And they just, you know, they exploited the weakness or whatever. Right? But Ahab had the weakness for Jezebel, his wife. You see what I'm saying? And there's another thing too. Brothers like this also seem to have a weakness for the most dominating woman. You know what I'm saying? You know, and her being dominating, she didn't come at him like, you know, rough and all that. You know what I'm saying? For one thing, she was a heathen. And when a heathen is a feminist, she could be more feminine. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a difference between Jezebel and Athaliah, which I'm gonna try and, you know, run through this and try and show the differences between the two. All right.
Right.
Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead, give me that.
Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah, saying, so let the gods do to me, and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by the morrow about this time. Verse 3. And when he saw that, he arose and went out for his life. And when he saw that, he arose and went for his life, and came to what's that? Beersheba.
All right.
Beersheba.
Okay, yeah, to Beersheba.
Beersheba, which belongeth to Judah.
Now, the mouth of this woman, right? Her giving one word had Elijah feeling, feeling weak. You see what I'm saying? You see the attack of the spirit, and this is a powerful man of the Lord right here. Because one thing, she had started slaying all the prophets and all of that. With her, when you put the woman in power, right, she's going to kill righteous men.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That is her, you know what I'm saying? That is her dead set goal, is to destroy your kingdom, right? Is to destroy the kingdom of your people so that her people, who she loved, can rule. You see what I'm saying? Jezebel was a Zidonian, so who's she really laboring for? You see what I'm saying? She was the daughter of the king, the Zidonian king. You see what I'm saying? She wants to break you for another people so that we eventually end up becoming slaves to the Zidonians. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Okay.
And with her being a heathen, though, you know what I'm saying? She was still very similar to the, Israelite woman, of today. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was a heathen, our women took on this. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine how many women secretly honored Jezebel? Right. You know what I'm saying? Well, they honored her in secret, and she would have these, events and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Stirring up feminism and stirring the women up against their damn men. Go ahead.
Okay. Which belonged to Judah, and left his servants there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, and came and sat down under a juniper tree.
Man, this man was ready to die. Go ahead and read on and see what he said.
And he requested for himself that he might die, and said, "It is enough now, O Lord. Take away my life."
Notice something. Now, when we are in a spirit like this, we'll see another brother in the spirit like this and want to lift the brother up. You know what I'm saying? But a woman that wants power, she see you like this and she will be merciless. She gonna try and psychologically, spiritually kill you all the way. You know what I'm saying? If she actually has the power, she would do it physically, have it physically done. You see what I'm saying? Now think about it. All of these Jezebel type women, they don't have the seat that Jezebel had. You see what I'm saying? So now they can't kill you, they can't have you put to death. But what they do, they'll block you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. They'll block you, you know what I'm saying, on Facebook. Because they see that's all they have the power to do.
Right.
But you take those same women that you have an opinion that's different from hers, and you know what I'm saying, and she blocks you, put her in a seat of authority like with Jezebel, what would she do?
She had you murdered.
Right. Your head would be in the guillotine. And she would mount your head up on a gigantic stick for all strong black men to see it.
Right.
Just like the white man would do. You know what I'm saying? The same thing. What would the white man do if you was to make an example out of you to any black man that thought that he wanted to be strong? He would have you killed right in front of them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, let's go on to verse, we're going to go to chapter 21.
Okay.
No, wait a minute, hold on. Is it 21 we should go to first? No, wait a minute. 20, so like it 20.
Okay.
When I want to make it 20.
All right, so verse 20.
Right.
Verse 21.
Right. Verse 20. Yeah, verse 20 started verse 1.
And Benadad, is that right, sir?
Right, Benadad.
And Benadad, the king of Syria, gathered all his hosts together, and there was 32 kings with him, and horses and chariots, and he went up and besieged Samaria, and
warred against it.
And he sent messengers to Ahab, king of Israel.
Now, notice something. Now, he's making war against Ahab, right?
Right.
But there's something significant here. I mean, Jezebel had all of that power, right? She had all of that power to have all of those prophets of the Lord killed. Why didn't she go up against this guy? Why didn't she muster her army together and go up against a opposing outside enemy that was opposing her husband? You see this?
Right.
Go ahead.
There we go. Into the city and said unto him, thus saith Benadad, thou silver and thou gold is mine.
Wait a minute. What did he say?
Thou silver and thou gold is mine.
Oh, it says thou silver. He's like, man, you such a weak nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like, he said, your gold and your silver is mine.
Right.
Give it to me. You know what I'm saying? When you're a woman, you got a woman that's ruling over you, other men don't respect you.
Right.
You going to her for counsel and guidance, other men see that they're not going to respect you. You know what I'm saying? Just like the situation with the guy on that bus that time. His woman was running her mouth to some dude, you know what I'm saying? And the dude, and she ended up spitting on this dude.
Right.
Now her man couldn't control her. He couldn't tell her to shut the hell up, none of that. She just going, he ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? He ain't saying nothing because he's so scared of her and her mouth and all that, right? She ended up spitting on that other guy, right? What did the dude ask? Where your man at? You see, that was her man. And what did he do? He beat dude up really, really bad on that bus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Beat him up badly. You know what I'm saying? But they want you to think that you being abusive because you check and correct your woman that you abusive and all that, right?
Right.
You better check and correct her. I don't care. Like, it better. You ain't got to do it all sweet and soft and like she gonna, sweet and soft and like she gonna listen to that. She ain't gonna listen to that. You know what I'm saying? She's that type of when you trying to. No, she's not gonna do that. Go ahead.
So lucky enough, I would. You know what I'm saying? Just look at the white man. When a white man tries to check his woman and she don't listen, the white man beats his woman up. You get what I'm saying? If the woman decides to leave him and still raises hell for that white man, guess what the white man does next? He kills her. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that that's what we're supposed to do by our, because the white man's the goddamn devil to speak so. The Bible, you know what I'm saying, calls the white man the devil. But I say that to say this. Even the white man knows that he's supposed to be in authority over his woman.
Right.
Even the white man knows it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what?
And I'm about keeping that authority. If he can't have it, he's so much of a devil. If he can't have authority over his woman, he'd kill her dead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how serious he is about his control.
Right, exactly. And see another thing too, that feminist stuff only goes so far in white society.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? It only goes so far, and especially being the fact of what class that white man is in. You see what I'm saying? What family, what type of class of white man that he actually is, they'll get on his side in a lot of instances.
Right.
And because the white man, even though he confuses everybody, he wants to maintain some order. He don't want, the white men still rule their society. They just prop up these feminists and everything on television to deceive the masses and everything, right?
Right.
But the feminists even have to obey men because the feminist movement is funded by men.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They're not going against themselves. What does it say? Is Satan go against Satan?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let his kingdom be divided. The white man's kingdom is not divided. His kingdom is together. You see what I'm saying? And he will check and correct this woman. He tells the women, when you see a feminist movement going out there real fast, it seems suddenly out of nowhere, he orchestrated that. You see what I'm saying? Because in order for that few white men to stay in power, they have to produce instability in the masses because they are way fewer in number.
Right.
You see, and one of the chief ways to produce this instability is turning the women against the men. But that still only goes so far with black society. You see what I'm saying? Y'all would notice, ain't no, where are all the rallies against Trump when he said grab him by the pussy? Where was all of these feminists at, hoarding and protesting, and where were they at? They voted for Trump. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And they even came out and said, grab me by the pussy. They even came out and said that. Now, so if the people that funded the feminist movement said, no, we don't like that, then they will come out and be against that. You see what I'm saying? But Trump was their guy. So the feminists knew where the damn line drew at. You see what I'm saying? The white man's still in power over his damn woman, regardless of whether she's a feminist, an anti-feminist, or whatever the hell the damn case is. He controls both of them. You see what I'm saying? All right, now let's go back in the scriptures, boy.
Okay. It was at 23.
3.
Thou silver and thou gold is mine. Thou wise.
Oh, we said what? That what?
Thou wise.
Read it slow.
Okay. Thou wise also and thou children, even the goodest, even the goodliest are mine.
You heard what he said? Could you imagine a dude said this to you?
Hell no.
Could you imagine this? You know what I'm saying? He said, your gold, your silver, and your wives. He said, your ribs is mine too.
The kids too.
And your kids. Wow, look at this. See, this is what this is what is he doing here? He's building up the Syrian empire based on him being weak.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because see, the white man wasn't in power at this time. You know what I'm saying? You had powerful nations on the earth at this time, but the white man wasn't in power. We was being, threatened, by other people. We still had our stay, though. The Lord had to step in with this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Ahab was getting ready. He was so weak, he was ready to just give up everything. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that he did do that was right, though, as we read on, he did counsel with the men because Jezebel was nowhere to be found.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Usually he would counsel with her. Let's read on. We're going to get to that part.
Okay. And the king of Israel answered and said, my Lord, O king, according to thou saying, I am thine, and all that I have.
You heard this?
Verse 5. And the messenger came again and said, Thus speaketh Benadad, saying, although I have not sent unto thee, saying, thou shalt deliver me, thou silver, and thou gold, and thou wives, and thou children. Verse 6, yet I will send my service unto thee tomorrow about this time, and they shall search the house.
Here it is. He's so confident, right? He said, I'm going to send my servants, and they're going to search your house, right?
Right.
We're
and the houses of thy servant, and it shall be that whatsoever is present in their eyes, they shall put in their hands and take away. Verse 7.
Word for word.
Then the king of Israel called all the elders of the land.
Now, why did he call all the elders of the land, right? Beforehand, he would go to Jezebel. Didn't he go to Jezebel about Elijah? Right? He didn't go to the elders about Elijah, did he? Right? You know why? Because Jezebel was nowhere to be found. Because she believed that the king of Syria was actually beat Ahab in a war. So what did she do? She made herself scarce. And these same women that strive for power, that want to rule the nation through their men or whatever, these women will bounce on you in a time of need. You know what I'm saying? The ones that want to rule the house and all of that, let an opposing enemy come up against you. She is going to be on the side of the enemy against you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can have her because she hates you. She wants to be, she's against you with whoever you go against. She's not siding with you to go against them. You see what I'm saying? She's siding with them to go against you. Go ahead.
Seven. Then the king of Israel called all the elders of the land and said, Mark, I pray you, and see how this man seeketh mischief. For he sent unto me for my wives, and for my children, and for my silver, and for my gold. I deny him not.
Now you see this, he said, I didn't withstand against him. Now Ahab got armies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He has all of these resources that is, but he's so beat down and so weakened because he let his woman run the kingdom, and his woman is now she's operating as king. You know what I'm saying? She's king. She got both crowns on her head. She's king and queen. Just like they have the mama and the daddy, she king and queen both. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. But she's gone. Now his ruler, his strength is gone. So now he got to run to the elders, and he said, and I denied him not. Because see, women that have this spirit, they don't have the strength to fight against an opposing force. Because for one thing, their desire is really not with you. They're selfish. They're in it for power. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And since she can't operate as king herself. She'll just rule through you. And if Ahab was actually strong, he became strong at some point to where he didn't go for that no more. You know what she would do? She was go ahead.
She bow down.
No.
Oh, you talking about Ahab?
Yeah, she's not bowing down.
Oh, yeah, she do what
that's the evil, wicked woman. She's not gonna bow down.
She try to find a way to kill him or leave him.
Yeah. She will find a way to kill him because they have sons together. She will stir the sons up to murder the father and rule through the sons. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Women that strive for power and always want to be aligned with the men with power and all of that are really in it for themselves. You see what I'm saying? They don't care about building the nation up, building the kingdom up, none of that. They would much rather see an opposing force rule over you because they get joy out of you being weak. Because when you show that you're weak, it's like you're dying to them. You see what I'm saying? Sounds cruel. It sounds hardcore, but that is how it is. You see what I'm saying? And you better be aware of that. Go ahead.
Okay. And verse 8. And the elders,
And all the elders,
and all the people said unto him, hearken not unto him, nor consent.
Now see, these were men. You know what I'm saying? They told me, don't even listen to what the hell these damn saying. They got angry. You know what I'm saying? Now see, that's how a real man will respond right here. You know, they got angry at the thought of it. They're like, whatever, we ready to go to war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Okay. Wherefore he said unto the messengers of Benadad, tell my lord the king all that thou didst send for thou servants to thou servant. At the first I will do, but this thing I may not do. And the messenger departed and brought him word again. And Benadad sent unto him and said, the gods do so unto me and more. Also, if the dust of Samaria shall sacrifice suffice for handfuls for all the people that follow me.
All right, he's pretty much saying that he's going to bring in an army of the sands of the sea to go against Ahab, right? That's what he's saying. He's ready to muster up a battle right quick. Now, Ahab was right in that and going to the elders, but you think about it though, where was his rib? It's the one that he counseled with all the time. Now, let's go to, now notice that she didn't step in with that opposing enemy, right?
Right.
Well, let's see who she did step in for. Let's go to chapter 21.
First Kings, chapter 21 and 1. And it came to pass after these things that Naboth, and
Jezreel.
Jezreel, Salaki, Naboth, the Jezreel, had a vineyard which was
In Jezreel.
in Jezreel, heard
Hard by the place of Ahab.
hard by the place of Ahab, king of Samaria. And Ahab spake unto Naboth, saying, Give me the vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near unto me my house.
Now notice this. Now he just had a man who was Benadab, the king of Syria, to come and say, Give me what you got. And he turns right around and does this to another man, right?
Right.
Well, because see that vineyard is that man Naboth's inheritance. You see what I'm saying? That's
Right.
what he inherited from his father. You know what I'm saying? And he don't, it has also a sentimental value to it also. Not only is it real nice, but it has a sentimental value to it because it's his inheritance.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I will give thee for this a better vineyard than it. Or if it seems good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money. And Naboth said to Ahab, the Lord forbid me that I should give the inheritance of my fathers unto thee.
Right, and he's right behind that. You see what I'm saying? He's like, man, you ain't gonna truck me out of, the inheritance of my fathers. Go ahead.
Okay. And Ahab came unto the house heavy and displeased, because the word with Naboth, the Jezreelite, Salaki, had spoken to him, for he had said, I will not give thee the inheritance of my father.
Watch what he did. Watch what this weak dude did, right? Go ahead.
And he laid him down upon his bed and turned away his face, and would eat no bread.
You see this?
Right.
Because this man, you see how selfish this dude is?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He wouldn't get the vineyard from this dude. He went to the bed and like a little kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He laid on the bed and everything. He's a king. He laid on the bed and turned it, back with the covers over, all sad and everything, right? Let's see who steps on the scene.
Okay. But Jezebel, his wife.
Wait a minute. What was she at doing Benadad? What was she at then?
Right.
Right? She was probably somewhere in Syria. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make an alliance, because she thought that Ahab was going to lose the battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Came to him and said to him, Why is thou spirit so sad?
So why is that spirit so sad, right?
That
Look at it. Now notice it. Now here's the difference, right? She didn't come at him saying, you weak, such and such, she didn't come up, to him saying all of that, right? She came to him softly, because see, this is how heathen, because see, when a heathen has, is a feminist and a usurper and all that, she'll come in a soft, subtle way. You see what I'm saying? She'll come in a soft way. She don't come in a pit bull kind of way, right? Go ahead.
Okay.
She's more serpent-like.
That thou eatest no bread. And he said unto her, Because I spake unto Naboth the Jezreelite, and he said unto him, Give me thy vineyard for money, or else, if it pleases thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee my vineyard. And Jezebel, his wife, said unto him, Dost thou now govern the kingdom of Israel?
She's pretty much saying, shouldn't you be able to take what it is that you want? Right? Go ahead.
Arise, and eat bread.
Now, where was this strengthening at during the time of Benadad?
Right.
What was this at? Where were these soft words of encouragement? You know what I'm saying? Where was these soft words of, you can do it, baby. Such and such he's just a man like any other man. Such and such you can depend on the Lord and the Lord and the Lord. Where was those words at? They wasn't their word.
Right.
But it's awfully funny, but because with the boss, you know what I'm saying, who doesn't have an army and stuff like that now, and he's a righteous man, and he's a man that is standing up on his square, she's profiting behind this because she wants to get rid of all the strong black men. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
She wants to get, that's her campaign right there, because the heathen nations are built on the weak black men. Go ahead.
Okay. And Jezebel, his wife, said unto him, dost thou govern the kingdom of Israel? Arise and eat bread, and let thy heart be merry.
She's pretty much saying, I got this.
I will give thee the vineyard of the buff, the Jezreel. The Jezreelite. So she wrote letters to Ahab's man.
No.
Oh,
Take your time.
so she wrote letters in Ahab's name and sealed them with his seal and sent the letters unto the elders and to the nobles that were in his city dwelling with Naboth.
Now look at this, sent letters to all of them in the king's name, sealed it with the king's signet, all of that. She had access to all of that, right?
Right.
She's not supposed to have access to that. You know what I'm saying? But he's letting her, with weakness, he's letting her run the kingdom. Go ahead. Verse 9.
Yeah, verse 9. Okay. And she wrote in the letter saying, proclaim a fast.
Look at this, right? And this is the thing that the wicked women that seek power do, that be in the fake Israelite groups and all that, they want to have the power. I've seen it myself. They want to have power to proclaim fast. You always got to watch out for women that do that. You know what I'm saying? They want to proclaim a fast, right? So she figures she can make everybody do this. You know what I'm saying? That's equated as power to her. She had the power to, make everybody fast. Esther was able to do it because she was the queen of, the Medo-Persian Empire. You see what I'm saying? And there was a time when we were in distress as a nation. You know what I'm saying? But Jezebel here is proclaiming, we got a heathen sitting on the throne proclaiming a fast for the Israelites, right? And she has the power to make it, happen because Ahab gave all authority to her. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And she wrote in the letter saying, proclaim a fast, and set Naboth on high among the people.
And set him on high among the people, right? Go ahead.
And set 2 men, sons of Belial.
Liars. See what I'm saying? Liars. The 2 men that were liars because Belial is, will be like a demon, that has to do with lies, deceit, right? Go ahead. That's why they were called the sons of Belial. Go ahead.
Belial before him to bear witness against him, saying, thou didst proclaim God.
No, blaspheme.
Salaki. Thou didst blaspheme God and the king, and then carry him out and stone him, that he may die.
Now look at this. You know what this says? He blasphemed. Now think about it. So what is her underlying goal here? Is to take out the strong black men. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Okay. And the men of the city, even the elders and the nobles who were inhabitants in the city, did as Jezebel had said unto them.
Nobody was there to even stand up against this. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was there to try and interrogate the two sons of Belial to see if he actually said it. There was no trial or no nothing. That's how it is when a woman is ruling the kingdom, right?
Right.
Because there's not going to be no trial. There's not going to be no just, you know what I'm saying, weighing things in the balance or none of that. She has her sights set on destroying the black men, the strong black men, to make every black man weak so that the power of our kingdom is translated to someone else.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what that's all about. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Okay. And as it was written in the letters which she had sent unto them, they proclaimed and fast and set Naboth on high among the people. And there came 2 men, children of Belial, and sat before him. And the man of Belial witnessed against him, even against Naboth, in the presence of the people, saying, Naboth did blaspheme God and the king. Then they carried him forth out of the city, stoned.
Yeah, whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, even Jezebel herself had to have righteous deeds in order for people to look at a woman of the Lord, because they wouldn't have obeyed her if they thought differently. You see what I'm saying? You know, they would have thought differently, and somebody would have came up against that whole deal right there. But let me get a time check.
Time check is going to be 6:31, sir.
Okay, correct time. All right. Now, also too, there will be classes in Louisville.
That's right.
There will be classes in Louisville, and there will be camps in Louisville. We get ready to rock the house down in Louisville. Officer Hamakoboff, who's Officer 500 in Louisville, Kentucky right now.
Right.
Saturday, we will be having camp in Louisville, Kentucky. It will start at 1 o'clock until whenever. We have the ICBK coming out of 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York, at the Commanding General Yohana. Pay your tithes, support the men in this truth that are out here working and that are out here on the battlefield for you, trying to gather this nation together up under Commanding General Yohana. And with that being said, shalom.
Shalom.